What's going on, everybody? I am the Kilted Cajun. Welcome back to my channel, to what apparently is becoming a Hogwarts Legacy channel. I don't know, but that seems to be what's in the news this week, last week, leading up to I don't know. But last video, I was talking about disingenuous video game review websites just using their blatant bias to talk shit about a video game that millions and millions of people are enjoying watching and playing all across many, many, many platforms. And now we get to talk about people who worked on the game, who have decided to come out and apologize or be an ally for people who are unforgiving in many ways, shapes, or form, because no matter how much you bend the knee, they always want more. In this article by Bounding into Comics, Hogwarts Legacy mocap technician says he won't buy the game. So, because, quote, it is the least I can do as an ally. Okay. Why don't you go out and do fine? Anyway, now, motion capture technician who worked on Hogwarts Legacy says he won't buy the game, just shy of yet another voice calling for a boycott. You know, you see, it's okay if you don't want to buy the game. That's everyone's prerogative. It's okay. Enough people are buying the game that that apparently the sales of Hogwarts Legacy have completely surpassed Elden Ring, which is like, wow. I see this as pointless pandering to a group of people who want more, who always want more. The article says Parker Hartzler took to Twitter to make sure the world knew where he stood. Quote, here's my place in the Hogwarts Legacy creditors. So first of all, you want to brag about you actually working on the game. Cool. You want to get your name out there, spread the work that you did. I think the motion capture of the game looks fantastic. So sure, he was part of the team, part of the production team. Good, get your name out there. I was the real-time technician on shoot floor, helping mocap actors see their rigs in the environment. I will not be purchasing the game. It is the least I can do as an ally. Who cares? Why exactly do you feel the need to come out and say this, announce this to anybody? Is it because someone saw your name and they were attacking you and telling you, oh my God, you worked on the game. How could you do this? You're no ally to the trans community. Why would you feel the need to announce this, especially on Twitter? Good Lord. Sure enough, Hartzler is listed in Hogwarts Legacy credits as one of the 21 Beyond Capture employees who worked on mocap production as a, quote, outsourcing partner. Parker goes on in his tweets, trans people do not deserve to have people like JK growing grow and prosper. Any ammunition to the wrong side is damage to a society. Show me what fucking damage. This is annoying. Baseless claims with zero receipts is just so tiresome. She has a voice. She's a British author who got lucky with a good story that a movie studio picked up and made movies. That's it. She got lucky. That was it. Just like anybody else. You think she's whatever. Damage to a society I would otherwise wish to see in the future. Okay. One where people are not discriminated against for their gender, sexuality, or any piece of their identity. Who's discriminating? Again, show receipts or shut the fuck up. I'm sure some people are going to. I've actually gotten some receipts along the way over the years because I've talked about this before, because I'm genuinely curious where the discrimination lies. And to be fair, we've always had discrimination against quote-unquote marginalized groups of people. Homosexuals, lesbians, they're the same thing. Anyway, cross-dressers, trans women, trans men, all manner of people. Black, white, Hispanic, Italian, Jewish, Irish, hell, Scottish. Everyone has been discriminated against at some point or another. The focus is to change. I do agree that, one where people are not discriminated against. We all want that future. But whether or not you support a fucking video game, it's not going to do it, Chief. Article goes on, Parker goes on, actually, and as always, I'm expecting a slew of people to jump out of the woodworks with, well, I don't care. I'm going to buy the game. Yeah, because you ran your mouth on social media, a public forum. You ran your mouth on Twitter. Of course people are going to troll you. Is this your first day on the internet? You say something, someone's going to disagree. That's how the internet works. The anonymity of it all. People want to troll you. They want to get under your skin. So far, most of you, I have taken one peek at your account and seen you either follow JKR or you're right wing. Ooh, wow. So you're putting out a blanket generalized statement, assuming based on someone's tweets because they're right wing. Ooh, man. Interesting. Also, to people calling me hypocritical for not refusing to work. Now, here's where I'll commend him on this one. Call me hypocritical for not refusing to work on this game in my own way. Please realize that you cannot speak for me or my financial situation. Cool. Or the way that mocap companies operate. Had I not shown up for work, I would have been promptly fired and homeless soon. Well, you know what? I guess you got to take one for the team sometimes. Why can't you just stand up for your opinions? But I needed a job. Well, then maybe your convictions aren't all that great. Well, some users who replied felt this was not sufficient. Shocker, I know. And of course, it was his first job in the industry. Back to the article. As others still noted that Hartzler had contributed to something that made J.K. Rowling money. Hartzler reiterated, quote, "It was my first job in the industry, and I had no influence over what clients the studio decided to bring in. If I did have that kind of leverage or held any form of seniority, I would have been an advocate against picking it up." That's easy to say once the game is out, once the work is done. I'm sorry. Whether this is your opinion or not, whether you actually stand by these convictions, this comes across as, again, disingenuous bullshit. Because did you say anything before that, Parker? No, you waited till the game was out. It was a huge success, so you announced that you worked on it to get your name out there. But to make sure everybody knows that you did it under duress because you didn't want to lose your job. When questioned how it was his first job in the industry, but the second game, hold on a second. First job in the industry, but the second game he was credited for, Hartzler tweeted, quote, "This comes from mocap culture, since they can literally work on as many as 6 or more AAA titles over the course of a year. This is commonplace for mocap since clients will book a set amount of days to create anim and mocap actors plus shoots, blah, blah, blah." No, it kind of sounds like you're making excuses, like you got caught in a lie. Am I wrong for thinking that? You claim it was your first job in the industry, but the second game you were credited for. So one of these things is not like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong. He also claimed he didn't. Who cares? He didn't receive a free copy of the game. So why is that relevant? Anyway. He would go on to respond to a user thanking him, quote, "I'm sad that you feel like you have to try to satisfy unsatisfiable people, but you're a good person for trying. I appreciate your contributions." Okay. He responds with, "So far the only people unsatisfied and triggered have been the cis people telling me I'm not an ally for working on the game. And you're absolutely positive it's the cis people." Really, Mr. Parker? That's interesting. The article goes on to talk about, continuing attempts to cancel J.K. Rowling. Just talks about all that stuff, the digital deluxe. So, I wanted to go check out Twitter. Now, some of the responses are absolutely moronic. Like this one, Hermes. Good old Hermes. I'm not clicking on his article. "You helped create something that will give J.K. money. Ironic. It was my first job in the industry. I had no influence." Yep, he said. "I'm sad." Okay, we read those two. Say, wait, you didn't get a complimentary copy. Okay. If you're such an ally, why did you take the job then? Because it's impossible to be an ally to trans people when you're dead from starvation or homeless. Ah, okay. So your beliefs are flexible based on the money. Okay. So what else do we have here? I support this message. Oh, someone got to come into virtue signal again. I'm confused now. You spent actual time and effort on this game just to tell people not to buy the game. Okay. He didn't exactly say that, but he's kind of hinting at it by saying that I worked on the game, but I'm not buying it because I'm an ally. Well, that's kind of cool. I'm not. Oh, don't pause there. That's a spoiler. I fucked up and read it, but I don't care. The game's fun. You could have chosen not. Now, see, this is dumb. So you waited. Now, here we go. So you waited until you got paid to complain about a game you actively worked on. Yeah, that's how this comes across. And that, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to stroke your ego and say that's not hypocritical because it 100% is. You could have chosen not to work on the game, and, quote, capitalism is the hellscape isn't an excuse. Huh. You could have chosen not to have that job. Now, I do understand these. It's not just one thing over the other. You could have chosen not to have the job. Yeah, you could have also chosen not to run your mouth because already the game is out. It's a huge success. It's nothing more than disingenuous, hollow, truly hollow virtue signaling to try and make a name for yourself. Instead of just do your job, get your credit, put it on your resume, and move on. I mean, if you didn't like working on the game, Mr. Parker, I expect this game will not be on your resume. What do you think? If you don't like the fact that you worked on the game, but hey, it was a job, it paid the bills, you're not going to be homeless. You won't be homeless, but I think you should take the game off your resume. Delete this tweet. Take your name off the resume. Demand that you be removed from the credits of the game, because then, and only then, can you truly be an ally. If you don't, you're nothing but a pompous hypocrite looking for hollow, shallow, empty virtue signal points on a social media platform that is nothing more than a guttural cesspool. That was a lot of big words. Anyway, thank you for making it this long. Hollow virtue signaling. Thank you for making it this long. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave a dislike if you can't stand what I have to say. Either way, I appreciate you. Have a good one. See you in Hogwarts.